Nice. That's a one piece. That's two. Let's keep it going. See if I can get this guy. Dude, this thing is so broken. It's not even funny. YouTube, how's it going? I wanted to share with you an exotic that can sometimes make you question how this passed through the design team, developers, and the QA testing phase, because honestly, this exotic should not exist. I'm of course talking about the Athrys Embrace. This exotic is a real contender in PvP and can catch your opponents off guard when they break line of sight from you and then they are suddenly dead. Of course, don't take my word for it. Let me show you why you might want to save this in one of your PvP loadout slots to further your chances on making it to Ascendant in comp or the Lighthouse in Trials. With that being said, let's get into the exotic. The Athrys Embrace empowers your weighted throwing knife. By having this exotic equipped by default, you are given an additional bounce to make some calculated bank shots. Additionally, the knife has aggressive tracking which seeks out your opponents that are nearby. These advantages make this exotic great as it is, but the real buffs that separate this exotic from the rest is the ability to one-shot your foes without ever seeing them, or if they are playing behind cover. When you land 3 precision hits within 2.5 seconds, you are granted Strengthened Throwing Knife for 10 seconds. This gives you 50 more strength to your kit, as well as 100% damage buff to your weighted throwing knives. During this state, you have the chance to one-hit kill your opponents. Should you miss your throwing knife, or it hits something else other than your opponent, you still maintain the buff for the duration. Speaking of duration, you can refresh the buff to last longer by landing more precision shots. Each shot will extend the buff by 5 seconds. Now that we know what this exotic does, let's talk about how to use it and the things to look out for to get the most out of it. I have had the most success when I use my throwing knives against flat surfaces. Some maps can be a bit difficult to utilize this exotic since the surfaces are unique and usually non-flat. You should always be looking for objects that are as smooth and flat as possible. They will yield better results and increase your chances for the knife to land. Another factor to consider is how you structure the second bounce. You can have the second bounce on the floor or not. The position of you and your opponent typically dictates which one you should potentially go for. Let me show you what I mean. There's 2 options I consider before I throw the knife, and those are if the opponent is elevated or not. If your opponent is elevated behind cover, throwing the knife on the floor and banking it off the wall can be difficult. Therefore, I like to throw the knife at the wall next to or behind the opponent, and hope the second bounce is either on the floor or another surface to secure the hit. If your opponent is on the same level or below you, it's generally a good idea to throw the knife at the floor and bank it off the wall or another surface second. Every scenario will be different and unique, so go with what you feel is right. If you're looking for something more on the function side, start off with Ember of Torches. Since we are trying to hit opponents with our empowered melee, we can also get Radiant from our melee landing, which can let us push or help win our next duel. The second is Ember of Beams. This helps our intellect stat while also giving our solar super better target acquisition. Next is Ember of Benevolence. Applying Restoration, Cure, or Radiant to our teammates grants us 400% base grenade, melee, and class ability regeneration for 3 seconds. This helps us get our throwing knife back faster through the cooldown of the knife itself or our class ability. With this fragment, it's also not a bad idea to run Healing Grenade to get this fragment to activate more. Fourth, if you are running an offensive grenade that can Scorch, then I would recommend Ember of Singeing. When you Scorch opponents, you gain 300% base class ability regeneration for 3 seconds. This also plays nicely into our class ability getting our knife back. If you are running a Healing Grenade, Then I would use Ember of Solace to increase our restoration and radiant effects by 50%. Last, I would run Ember of Mercy since revives are active in 3v3 playlists. Additionally, you pad your resilience stat more and you gain restoration on revives. If you just care about stats, put on the aspects that'll give you more stats to min-max your build. For our weapons, we want to use options that can let us get headshots as much as possible. Options like the Summoner are perfect for this build, and whenever you need to get a little bit more range, pairing it with Forerunner just completes this kit entirely. You have the opportunity to 3-tap Guardians based on the resilience, and since you need to hit 3 precision shots within 2.5 seconds, this is a perfect pairing for this build. Another great pairing for this build is running the Monte Carlo and Explosive Personality. With Monte Carlo, whenever you get kills with this weapon or you get melee kills, this gun does more damage. Since you're trying to secure one-hit throwing knife kills, whenever you get one, you could just charge somebody with Monte Carlo as you're going to be juiced with the buff. As you're dealing damage with this weapon, it reduces your melee cooldown and grants a chance to fully recharge your melee ability with each kill. This is just the icing on the cake with this build, and I highly recommend it. Additionally, I highly recommend pairing it with Explosive Personality or specifically anything that can have Disruption Break. The idea behind this is to use Disruption Break and then switch to your Monte Carlo immediately in order to clean up Guardians. For your armor mods, you typically want to run mods that'll help you get your throwing knife back faster, or your class ability, since that's going to let you get your throwing knife faster if you dodge next to enemies when you're running the Gambler's Dodge. For your cloak, you should be running at least one outreach mod, since every time you use your class ability, it reduces your melee cooldown. For your leg armor mods, it's not going to change from my previous recommendations. I think you should be running recuperation and better already so that you can get your orbs and immediately start regenerating health as well as your shields. Additionally, you can run anything else in your last slot. It could be a weapon surge or it could be an absolution. The choice is up to you honestly for this one. For your chest armor mods, I like to run unflinching since you have a better chance of winning your duels since it provides anti-flinch whenever you're getting shot at. Now, the most important armor mods are in your gauntlets as well as your helmet. For your gauntlet mods, I like to run at least one reload armor mod since this allows me to use any weapon I want and reload faster. Of course, if you're running elemental capacitor, this kind of seems redundant and you don't really need it, so you could substitute it out as needed. But for most cases, I highly recommend at least one loader mod. For my second mod, I like to at least run one focusing strike. This grants me class ability energy when I cause damage with a powered melee attack. Since we're going for powered melee attacks, this will get me some energy back in my class ability, which can refresh the cooldown of my knife whenever I dodge near enemies with Gambler's Dodge. You can also run something else besides the loader, such as 2 times the focusing strike, but of course this starts giving diminishing returns. You can run a melee kickstart mod as well if you're running the Reaper mod on your cloak. This allows you to get melee energy whenever your melee is fully expended by consuming an orb of power that you've created from your Reaper mod. And last, for your helmet armor mods, I highly recommend this guy right here, Dynamo. Reduces super cooldown when using your class ability near targets. Whenever you dodge next to targets, you get 1.25% with 1 stack of Dynamo and 2.4% energy with 2 Dynamo slots. This synergizes well with this build since you're going to be dodging next to targets as much as possible to get your knife off cooldown. I also run hands-on, and from what I understand, I couldn't find an actual measurement if this works in PvP, but I like to run it just in case, as I notice I get a lot of super energy whenever I get melee kills. But you're more than welcome to run another instance of Dynamo or a targeting mod, since this will help your weapons overall. And that is the build, ladies and gentlemen. If you value your utility over your arsenal and your movement speed, I highly recommend giving this build a chance, since Athrys Embrace just absolutely shocks you sometimes with how you get kills. And in 3v3 playlists like Trials or Comp, getting a pick is extremely important, and this gives you an opportunity to make that happen. If you've made it this far, please consider subscribing and liking this video. We're so close to 1,000 subscribers. It's unreal to think 1,000 viewers watch my content, and I can't thank you guys enough for being here to watch my videos. With that being said, let's cut to the following gameplay using this exotic, and thank you again for watching. This has been a video by Spheres, and I'll see you next time.
times.
Run 'em, run 'em, run 'em, run 'em, run 'em, run 'em, run 'em. Yeah, just run 'em. I'm on the mezzanine. I go so hard just to fuck up my enemies. Don't need revenge when success is the remedy. Ain't for the top, I'ma do 'em like Kennedy. Mixing champagne with their energy. They falling off, all these niggas is winning leagues. Like Jimmy Limits, I came out with syphilis. I don't associate, no, we can't congregate. Focus like number 8, my shit is infinite. Move out the trauma, my therapist healing it. Know that you feeling it. I'm just too weird with this. Came with the bass and I'm slapping you niggas. I feel like I'm willing this. Stuck in the bug shit. Kill them all at the top of my bucket list. None of you hoes on my fucking list. I go so hard when I come like this. Look, yeah, I go hard and I run up the numbers. Running the winter to fuck up the summer. Telling you niggas beware that I'm coming. Coming from the bottom, down, stepping on it, yeah. I've been working, I've been grinding. I need all of my respect. Get it, dollars, yeah, euros. Now, really, cashing, check. Mezzanine is on the deck. Mezzanine is on the deck. Coming from the bottom, down, stepping on it, yeah. I've been working, I've been grinding. I need all of my respect. Get it, dollars, yeah, euros. Now, really, cash it, check. Mezzanine is on the deck. Mezzanine is on the deck. Tell them that I'm coming like who I've been coming. Numbers I've been running, I've been up to something. Never run from nothing, gotta keep it jumping. Make sure these niggas is bumping my shit. I go too hard on the bitch. Used to be late on the rig. Used to make dollars and cents. Now all the figures are 6, bitch. Tell them when the rap niggas better keep quiet. When they got a bitch that's get violent. Always got mine, cause a nigga come try it. Stepping away from the bottom feeders. It just me on my album, don't need a feature. Couldn't walk in my shoes, not a kilometer, not a centimeter, bitch. Run the bottom down, stepping on it, yeah. I've been working, I've been grinding. I need all of my respect. Get it, dollars, yeah, euros. Now, really, cash, check. Mezzanine is on the deck. Mezzanine is on the deck. Coming from the bottom down, stepping on it, yeah. I've been working, I've been grinding. I need all of my respect. Get it, dollars, yeah, euros. Now, really, cash it, check. Mezzanine is on the deck. Mezzanine is on the deck. This is not a drill. Niggas hungry trying to get a meal. I'm in it like who gon' pay a bill. I'm in an action, been distracted. Surplus with niggas lacking. Shining like we still be slacking. Red lights without the action. Ready to go, even when it's slow. Higher heights to balance out the lows. Can't ride the wave cause you ain't got a boat. All you niggas only need to know base. There's a water, y'all can't fuck with my oasis. Reason y'all not winning, y'all don't know the fucking basis. Moving too bossy, moving softly, but not bossy, the streets that taught me, moving too bossy, moving too softly, but not bossy, the streets that taught me, trying to get my niggas paid. We came from Section 8, and I knew I was that nigga since the second grade. Man, I swear my time is coming, cause I'm never late. Came from broken homes and broken dreams and getting paid. 45, feeling like a Mordecai. I ain't regular, feel like Jordan wearing 45. Traumatized, victimized, seen some of my niggas die. Knock you off a base with a bat when them niggas slide. Homicide, genocide, televised, emphasize, perpetuating war. Tell that nigga he gon' pick a side. Good times from hood life, now niggas doing dope lines. Don't run into the cops, that's a bitch, nigga exercise. Don't run into the cops, that's the motto. I don't see it coming to an end like Elgato. Niggas get chipped like staccato, send a wave through the hood, now sounding like vibrato. Why you eat bread with avocado? We be trying to dodge shells before it landing our tomatoes. Singing all my sorrows on Apollo, I've been trying to pave the way, but they didn't tell me it was potholes. America ain't dreaming if it's scheming. When the birth definition came from black niggas seeming. We all know it's black nigga genius. Everybody love the culture, they be black by convenience.
Hold on. Make some shit we can buy.
Oh!
Sounded like a real nigga anthem. Shawty saw my wallet, now she think a nigga answer. Whoa, telling me she wanted me to hammer. Trying to get saved, baby, I am not the answer. No, I can never trick on the bench. Let the bitch use my bitch with a kiss on my lip like, I am not a pimp with a limp. I'm a man with a gift and I'm doing my shit like, Tell them other niggas I'm the nigga, I'm the man in the city. And my bank account bigger and my body count bigger. That's without a doubt, nigga. I'm 100 steps ahead, that's a lot of mouth, nigga. That's a lot of clout, nigga. What you all about, nigga? What your dollar amount, nigga? You a voice out, nigga. I'm a big dog. Tell the truth, I don't get y'all. The shit sounding corny. Motherfucker, turn this shit off, bro. I can't rap how everybody else rap, bro. I be loving how you winning, I just wanna go catch your vibe. Wanna see you in the daytime, and not when it only get dark outside. Type of love I can't hide. Maybe wanna blow your line. You dope and slow your line. I never wanna blow your high. Baby, what's on your mind? Really wanna see your face. Baby, come through and slide. Spend the night at my place. Asking what's on my mind. Wondering how it tastes. Maybe wanna press rewind. Give me that double take. That's on my mind, my mind, my mind, my mind, my mind. My mind, my mind, my mind, my mind. My mind, my mind, my mind, my mind. That's what's on my mind, on my mind. Exit 110 to hit the 210, cause baby I'm in your section. I know you like to work out, mama. Can I get a late night session? Can we do some late night stretching? Or can we do some late night sexing? Cause talking ain't enough, for pictures ain't enough. I'm tired of the late night texts. Love, you been leading me on for a minute. Trying to get the vibe with the song and I'm with it. Girlfriends calling your phone, you should miss it. Why you acting tough when you know you submissive? Calling your bluff on the roll, ain't switching. Ringing doorbell and the rose came with it. And if you really with it, yeah, rose came with it. Shit so sweet, pack 100 still drip. Baby, what's on your mind? Really wanna see your face. Baby, come through and shine. Spend the night at my place. Asking what's on my mind. Wondering how it tastes. Maybe wanna press rewind. Give me that double take. That's on my mind, my mind, my mind, my mind, my mind. My mind, my mind, my mind, my mind, my mind. My mind, my mind, my mind, my mind. That's what's on my mind, on my mind.
This is my favorite part.